The category is leg, work, pose.
What's going on, everybody? This is Goddess Kendra. Thank you for everybody for supporting me. So today I am doing a reaction and a review to Season 1, Episode 2 of Pose titled Access. Damon goes on his first date and to his first ballet. Bianca faces discrimination in a gay bar. Stan struggles to maintain his image and makes Angela his. So, Bianca beats Erica in her ballroom showdown. But then, when they do a rematch, Electrica wins. Damien is introduced to Ricky. And they go on a first date. And Bianca's so sweet. She tells Damien that he has to be home at 3 a.m. But he shows up 2 hours later, which is 5 a.m. She's like, man, what you been doing? Are you doing drugs? Are you having sex? Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no sex. So Bianca teaches Damien the birds and the bees. And then she says, you're either a top or a bottom, and gives him information about condom use. And also tells him about HIV. And then she says, don't ever give your gifts for no one. Bianca was discriminated in the gay bar. Then she goes back a second time and is thrown out. And then the third time, she is arrested and for, what is it called? Conduct disturbing the peace. But my whole thing is this. LGBTQ, isn't that gay, bisexual, queer, transgendered? So, like, how can you be gay and then discriminate against your own people? Like, that crap made no sense to me. I noticed, too, the bar was racist. They only wanted gay white men under 30. First of all, y'all be aging like damn bananas and y'all be looking old. Y'all have the nerve to treat a transgendered woman. And then I noticed one of them said, oh, it's not Halloween. Like, me, I'm starting to understand more of the LGBTQ. And I didn't realize how, like, messed up things were before it was acceptable. This is why I'm watching the show. I just want to be up on my game and understand, because we are humans. And like I said yesterday, just because one may not agree with how somebody else lives their life doesn't mean we have to be hateful to one another. You know what I mean? But people don't see it that way. It's like they have their little idea of how the world should be, and that's it. And my thing is, life is great. Life, you never know what's to come, but we sit here and treat each other like crap because of our sexual orientation, our gender, our race. And it's like, y'all better get over yourself. Because who says your way is correct? Like, I realize a lot of things that I was taught from birth till like 5 years ago was all completely wrong. And because I'm very boisterous about how I feel, people don't like me, but it's cool. At the end of the day, I'm always gonna be okay with that. Like, it's cool. I mean, I tell people all the time, you want to be ignorant and stuff, that's on you. But I understood what Bianca was doing. She wanted to stand up for her people because all they have from what Electra was saying, was the ball. The world does not accept them and is completely rude. And just think of the movie Milk, when they were discriminated against by some of the clubs in San Francisco. They boycotted a certain beer brand and caused them to go broke, and they ended up saying that they were sorry. And then Dan wants to fit in with the rich and tells his wife, I know you don't understand, but you have to fit in with these people to be accepted and wearing these dresses. But I thought it was weird. His boss tried to kiss Dan's wife on the lips and she put her head to the side. And I admire that Dan was like, can I get a 10% raise? And he definitely started looking for Angel. And Bianca basically told him, she works on the inside now. And he's like, well, Angel, I don't like you working here. And she's like, well, it's safer for me to work on the inside than it is outside. And I could be admired. So now I'm going to read an explanation of Pose Season 1, Episode 2 by Brian Moylan. So let's get started. This was written June 10th, 2018. When Damon runs into his new paramour, Ricky, on the pier, we can hear the classic 1986 jam, Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent, playing in the background. The chorus of the song says, You have to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. And that is the motto of the episode this week. Everyone is obsessed with money, how they're getting it, what it can do for them, and the invisible string that comes attached to it. This is the most obvious the theme of Angel and Stan's story. Stan starts off the episode going to the famous 21 Club in Manhattan to meet his new boss, Matt. He rolls up in his new Cadillac, and his wife, Patty, is wearing a new ball gown. Cut to the next day when he is adding up the bills and figuring out that playing the part of the successful real estate man is costing him more than he's bringing in. When Patty asks for a dishwasher instead of another gown, Stan tells her that they have to look the part in order to succeed. He is trying to achieve the same exclusive realness that everyone in the ball scene is going for as well. Even though he's strapped for cash, Stan goes looking for Angel at the pier and finds out she is now working in the peep show at the Show World in Times Square. Angel tells Stan that she makes just as much money and doesn't have to touch anyone. He doesn't like the idea of sharing her, but she tells him that if he wants her to quit, she needs to be a kept woman. That means Stan pays her rent, gives her money for clothes, and supports her full time. And she wants a year-long lease, or she's not giving up her lucrative gig. Then after Angel asks Stan why he wants her at his beck and call, he declares the best speech of the entire episode. I'm no one. I want what I'm supposed to want. I wear what I'm supposed to wear. And I work where I'm supposed to work. I stand for nothing. I can buy things I can afford, which means they're not really mine. I accumulate. I'm a brand, a middle-class white guy, he says. But you are who you are, even though the price you pay is being disinvited from the world. He says he needs that in his life to keep going. He goes to his boss and asks for a raise, and his boss immediately it's because Stan has a lover. He gives him a raise as long as he gets the dirty details. That way everyone is happy. Stan gets Angel. Angel gets the safety of an apartment, and Patty gets her dishwasher. As usual, Patty is the one who is setting her sight way too low. Angel and Stan's story continues to be the most interesting to me because they're the ones who seem to bridge the ball world with the world at large, showing that what the legendary children are striving for isn't just the subculture but a reflection of society at large. Damien's story to me is the most boring because it seems the most obvious, but this too, of course, has to do with money. After meeting Ricky at a ball, he stands him up on their date because his dance teacher invites him to go to the ballet. Ricky is pissed when Damien doesn't show, so pissed that the poor street kid throws 2 slices of pizza in the trash without eating them. Girl, he must be really pissed. Damien finds out that Ricky is living on the streets, and he tells Damien that if he's really want to go places, he'd do better than dating someone like him. Damien invites him to meet him at a ballet at 6:30 the next day, although this annoys me. First off, everyone in New York will tell you that the theater, ballet, and opera all starts at 8. Why is Damien inviting Ricky to show up at the ball almost 2 hours early? Second of all, Damien has no money and is a poor student. He's so poor, it's a big deal when his teacher invites him for free. So where did he suddenly come up with the cash for 2 ballet tickets? When Poppy comes home with a skateboard, which probably costs less than 2 ballet tickets, Bianca correctly assumes that he started selling drugs. What is she going to think when Damien suddenly can afford box seats for ABT at Lincoln Center? Speaking of Bianca, she starts off the episode with a triumph over her arch nemesis, Elektra, by walking in the legendary runway category. I'm not so sure about the win, though. While she was wearing a magnetic, sparkling gown covered in marabou and a hat that would not have looked out of place at a royal wedding for the Queen of Camp, Elektra wore a gorgeous navy ruffle look. One of the judges linked to the inside of a coffin, but for my money, it looked far more timeless and gorgeous. Bianca celebrated by going to Boy Lounge in West Village, a bar of preppy white guys that was named the best gay bar in the city. The scene was filmed both inside and outside of the Julius, a legendary gay bar in the village. She and her friend got kicked out by the manager, who says they can go to Chubby Hole to drink instead, even though neither of them are lesbians. Bianca is determined to leave a better world for her children, and so she kept showing up to the bar night to get thrown out. She hopes that one day no gay establishment will bar people of color or trans people. Why she doesn't enlist her children to flood the bar in protest is beyond me. She's so busy being a transvestite, Nora Ray, as Elektra called her, that Elektra keeps winning all the balls uncontested. When Bianca ends up arrested and thrown in the men's cell, Elektra comes and bails her out, but only on the condition that Bianca compete in the next ball so that Elektra can have her revenge. To get that access to money, everyone has to compromise just a little bit. Elektra continues to steal every scene she's in, whether it's walking out of the competition with a wagon full of trophies or exiting the nail salon where Bianca works by declaring it's on the house. Alexa Carrington was also everyone's favorite character on Dynasty, and Dominique Jackson is doing her best to bring her back to life. As we've seen, Electra and Bianca are approaching life for two very different ways. Bianca wants to improve the world around her and bring everything she's learned from the fall culture into the mainstream, or at least the gay community at large. Electra thinks that she has no place in this great world and that the place at the balls are the only thing that matters. She wants to rule the little fieldom that she knows she can surely conquer rather than try to take over the entire planet and fail. We see that the two different types of people all over the show. One on side, we have Bianca, Stan, and Damon, who are shooting for something that seems impossible, but they are determined to make happy. On the other side, Electra, Angel, and Patty, who keep their exceptions low and keep their dreams small in hopes that they might actually get fulfilled one day. Before we close on the Money Obsessed episode, a note must be made that those runtimes, which find the first two episodes clocking in at well over an hour. Someone needs to tell Ryan Murphy no. Nearly every single scene in the episode was too long. Bianca and Damien's funny birds and the bees talk was too long. Damien rehearsed scene was too long. Even Electra cussing out Bianca was too long. When an episode is so jam-packed and tense that it needs a bit of extra time, I think FX is totally justified in giving C episode of The Americans. However, neither of Pose's first two episodes have risen to the occasion. Let's hope that Mr. Murphy and his network tighten things up before our attitude changes from nothing going on but rent to rent is too damn high. So there we go, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. I appreciate it. Again, just because you don't agree with someone's lifestyle gives you no right to be hateful and mean to them. I mean, we live in a world of different people, and whether you're in the LGBT community, whether your race is different, it's stupid to just hate somebody. It sounds very ignorant, and it is 2021. Y'all need to get over yourself. Thank you.